Hi folks! In this video I'm going to assemble this wallet that I've created in Design Space and cut with the Cricut Maker. If you'd like to see me do this, keep watching. So as mentioned in this video, I'm going to put together this little wallet that I made a file in Design Space. I'm going to use them for accessories for my sewing machine, maybe some extra needles, and my presser feet can go in these pouches. Little hand tools like my seam ripper and my snippers can go in here. I think it'd be fun. Tuck it in the top drawer of my fabric bin. So that's what I'm going to do. I've cut out all the pieces on the Maker. You saw little clips of that. These first two pieces are for the outside of the zipper pouch. This will be the lining for the zipper pouch. We have two pockets, one that's up top and another one that's below. You can tell which ones they are because I've done the Cricut washable pen to make the seam allowance on them. You have two pieces for the inside of the wallet. That reason is because when you make the zipper pouch, it's going to sew in between, so that when you open it, you can move the zipper pouch around to access two pockets. And then you have the outside layer of the wallet. So the first thing I'm going to do is put together the zipper pouch. Because we'll need that to assemble the rest of the wallet. So I'm going to take my lining and put it good side up. I'm going to take my zipper and line it right up against the edge with the good side up, and then one of the outside layers, put that aside for now, one of the outside layers, and line that up upside down. On the first pouch that I made, I did I used interfacing on the zipper pouch, and I found it a bit thick to sew through all the layers. So on this one, I'm not going to use the interfacing, and I'll see if I like it better or if I wish I did use it. So we'll go ahead and clip this here. Get it all lined up. And I'm going to sew along the zipper and come back and show you how I do the second side of the pouch. Okay, so I've sewn, you know what? I can hear Elvis music playing, and I believe it's my neighbor. They're going away on vacation, and I guess they're pretty excited, and they're playing Elvis music. So if you hear that in the background, that's what it is. So I've sewn in the first part of the zipper. I'm not going to go press it yet. I'm going to do the same thing on this side with the zipper facing up. I'm going to put a good side, my lining facing up. Whoops, turn that around. Good side facing up. I'm going to line my zipper up right along the edge. and I'm going to put my outside piece upside down to create the sandwich. I'm going to clip it, and I'm going to sew this side of the zipper, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've got my zipper installed. That will be the inside lining and the outside of the zipper pouch. There we go. I'm going to go press this down nice and flat so I can do a nice clean top stitch, and I'll be back to continue the video. And I'll show you how I sew up the seams on this pouch. Okay, so I've pressed and down flat beside pulling the fabric really out from the zipper. I've pressed everything down flat. Looks kind of nice. Things, when you have something a little wonky, don't worry about it. After you sew up your side seams, you can always trim off whatever's excess. So I'm going to do a nice clean top stitch across the top, and we'll continue from there. Be right back. So I've done a top stitch. I've used red on red so you can't really see it that well. I'll flip it over so you can see on the lining side. You'll be able to see a lot better. There we go. So I've done a top stitch. It's not perfect, but I'm learning, so you have to forgive me for my mistakes. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the two good sides, the two outsides, and put them together. And the two wrong sides together, the lining. So what you're going to do is bend your zipper down towards the lining. Let's open that and get it out of the way a bit. And I'm just going to clip those there to keep them in place. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Bend it down towards the lining. It's a little more difficult on this side because of the bulkiness of the zipper, but we'll lay it down like that. And we'll clip it, and then we'll just get everything straightened out and flat. And on this particular pouch, I'm not going to be closing up either end. I'm going to sew both sides, but the end will be closed when we sew it into the lining for the wallet. So we're just going to sew straight down each side, and we'll be done to turn it inside out, and we'll go on from there. Okay, so I've sewn up only the sides, both sides of the zipper pouch, and now I'm going to turn it inside out. I'm going to turn the red into the white, or over the white, and push my corners out. There we go. Get it all straightened out, fuss with it a bit, and I will press it again, and you can see how this works. And we have a red and white heart pattern lining. So I'm going to go press this down nice and flat so I can continue on with the wallet, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've pressed my pouch down nice and flat. I've trimmed off some excess fabric that was along the bottom just to make it a little cleaner. You can see that we have our heart pattern lining in it, which is really cute. And we're going to assemble this into the lining of the wallet. So for the lining, you remember that we had two pieces, which will become one once they're sewn together. We're going to take this curved piece and put it good side up. We're going to lay our pouch right up against the edge of it, centering it as best as you can. That looks not too bad. And then we're going to take the second piece and put it good side down on top. Line it up nice and straight. You definitely want things to be straight. We're going to clip it. Keep it nice and straight. And clip it. And I'm going to sew right across the whole thing, start to finish, right across. Back sewing at the ends to make sure that it's good and solid. And then this pouch will be installed on the inside of the wallet. So I'll be back to show you how it turns out. Okay, so I've sewn all these pieces together to make the lining of the wallet. You can see how the pouch, the zipper pouch, is now sewn into the middle of it. I'm going to press it again, and then we'll go about making patch pockets for the inside. Little patch pockets for the inside, and then we'll put the whole thing together. So stick around if you'd like to see me continue this. I'd love for you to keep watching. I'll be back. Okay, so I've pressed my inside layer for the wallet, pressed everything down nice and flat, and I've also pressed the pockets, the patch pockets for the inside. So we're going to line these up pretty much centered, I hope. That looks about right, and I'm going to use some pins for this. On this, we're going to be sewing around the two sides and along the bottom. Of course, because it's a pocket, we want to leave the top open. So I'm going to pin there and here. On the top, you can see that I left an extra wide seam allowance, but it's actually a fold allowance. So I've left that extra wide so that we can double it over so it gives you a nice clean edge at the top. I know there's ways to do the patch pockets by mitering the corners and flipping the seam allowance to the good side, sewing, turning it back to the outside, but I'll try that on another project. Seeing as this is my first one, I'll do it the easy way. But if you're making this and you're adept at installing patch pockets, please do. Even make a video. Teach us how to do it. So let's see, I want that pocket to show a little at the top, but I don't want it to be in the way of the wallet folding down. So I'm going to put it down a little lower and try and center that up. That looks about right. So we can still see it above the zipper pouch, but we have plenty of room for the wallet to fold over. So I'll put that there. We'll pin it. My neighbor changed music. I can't even make out what he's listening to now. Condo living. Okay, so I'm going to sew around like a U shape for these pockets, and we're almost done. Then we'll attach this to the outside layer and flip it inside out and take a look at it. Be right back. Okay, so we've got our two patch pockets installed. You can see from the back that I've sewn only the sides and the bottom of each pocket. This is all pressed nice and flat. So what we're going to do now is take our outside of the wallet, put it good side up, take this, the lining that we've done, and put it good side down so that the pockets and the zipper pouch are facing the good side of the red layer, because now we're going to stitch all the way around the edge, leaving an opening to be able to turn it inside out, or right side out, I should say. And then we'll close up the bottom. We can do a buttonhole or do a snap or do anything like that, whatever you prefer. Do a loop with a button. Anything like that would be cute on the outside. I'm going to hold that down flat and this down flat. Just a few clips to keep everything aligned. And if you see something like that at the end, don't worry about it. Once you've sewn everything up, you can just trim that off. No big deal. I see that often because I'm learning to sew. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this, and I'll be back to show you how it turns out. So I've sewn all around the edge of the wallet with the good sides face to face. And now I'm just going to go about turning it inside out. On the bottom edge, I left an opening large enough for my hand to fit inside so I can turn it and fuss with the seams. There we go. There's our wallet. I have to continue pushing this out to get a nice corner. Okay, so I'm going to press it again. We're going to fold this in. And when we do our top stitch all the way around the edge, that will close up the bottom. We'll do a buttonhole on this one. I think I'll do a buttonhole. So this is going to fold up and this will fold down. And we have a cute little wallet. Okay, so I'll be pressing this and I'll be right back. So there we go, folks. It's all pressed, and while I was pressing it, I turned the corners, the two bottom square corners, inside out again and snipped off the corners on an angle so that I could get a better finish. I've top stitched along the bottom. You can't really see it, I don't think, the red on red, but I've top stitched along the bottom, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to top stitch all the way around. But that's it for the construction of this little wallet. I'm going to do a buttonhole and probably maybe a bright yellow button. I'm not sure what color button I'm going to put on it yet. But that's it. Easy to make, fun to make. You can use it for all kinds of things. Use it as an actual wallet, or use it as a sewing pouch, or crafting supplies, or whatever it is you like to keep in it. Coupons. And put it in your tote bag to go shopping. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me make this. I hope you're going to use the pattern and make some. And please post a video because I'm still learning, so I like to see how someone else would do this and I can learn from you. So please post a video, post pictures. Have fun with that. Thank you for watching.